on its way out. I guess it's a little too old for the technology. I think this has been better. When I watched it last time, it sounded better.
You're like, I sounded fabulous.
I did great. No matter how that did.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. No, we're not.
Audio check 6315. Audio check 6315. SammyVision audio check.
I'll go check. I mean, people are connected, but it's like, it doesn't know what you want.
The audio check. Audio check 6315. This is SammyVision's audio check.
I'll remember by the end of the night, maybe.
Perfect. All right, and welcome everybody. Another live edition here at SammyVision with your host Sam Shalia. We're coming to you from Lewis Center, Ohio, home of Chiller North Ice Rink for this OSHL varsity hockey between your Westerville Warcats varsity hockey team and the Newark Generals. The Warcats come into this game off of a loss versus the Cincinnati Swords last weekend, a 4-1 decision that went to the Swords, where the Warcats played very well for two periods. The first period and the third period even, but the second period, things went a little bit awry, and that's where Newark was able to take or not Newark, but Cincinnati able to take advantage of the Warcats. A couple defensive miscues leading to breakaway goals. So back into league play now, as the Warcats looking to get a victory against the visiting Newark Generals. Newark wearing their general green, army green jerseys with the black helmets and black pants. And the Warcats will be coming out in their home white uniforms just momentarily as Newark takes the ice. This is one team that has been a thorn in the side of the Warcats. The Warcats played them earlier this year in a fairly competitive game, but the Warcats were shorthanded, missing one of their leading scorers, Santos Schlia, at that point in time, but still played Newark to a 3-1 game and carrying the play at times. This is definitely a smaller Newark team, but they play a very, very good system. The players of Newark buy into that system, so even what I'm going to call a less talented than normal Newark team than what they normally put out, they still play very, very solid. They're a solid team. They do not have the size that they've had in past years, but that didn't seem to make too much of a difference when these two teams met the first time. And I will say, in the 4 years that I've been watching every one of the Warcats games, this is the one league team that the Warcats have not beaten over that span. They have tied. They had a tie last year. Uh, I believe it was a comeback tie for the Warcats. So they have earned points against every league team at some point. But this is certainly a team that I know the seniors on this team love to get a win against. And very capable of doing that against this particular Newark team. I can't stress that enough. and 6 seconds left. We will be getting the puck starting play here. Again, between the Warcats varsity hockey team and the Newark Generals. The second of 3 scheduled meetings between these teams. The Warcats' final game against Newark will take place in Newark. This year only making one trip to Newark to play. And that would be the remaining of the 3. The buzzard sounds, 17 minutes up on the clock. And the teams collect the pucks, huddle around. Newark huddles around their looking for seconds with DJ Bridge and Colin Fury. We have a stoppage of play as I met, and the Warcats make a couple changes. Hinton, Collins, and Shalia back out there. Snyder picks that puck up from defense, sends it around to Hinton. Hinton trying to play from his skate. Loose puck shot wide of the net by Newark. Comes out near side. Collins now with the puck. Collins using his speed up along the right side, trying to get past the defenseman. Collins then centering feed goes right into the skates of Hinton, then cleared by Newark. Now coming back one-on-one versus Nicholas Crone. Crone steering the puck away from the net and in behind that goal line. Good play by young Nicholas Crone. Newark from the corner, centering feed. Chipped away by Reed Hinton over to the side boards, but kept in by Newark. Now, around the boards it comes. Snyder to Collins. Collins pinned up against the boards, now skating back in behind his own goal line. Spinning, trying to spin away from Newark player, loses the puck. Alex Snyder picks it up and slides it ahead. A little too far for Hinton. Newark able to get the puck back in deep. Collins behind his own goal, avoids a check and sends the puck into the corner. Leaves it there for Snyder. Snyder now reversing course, coming out near side, gets the pass up to Collins, who chips it in. And that first line had trouble getting the puck out of their zone. Eventually did, and now changing it up. Picking off errant passes. Reisinger sends it across to David Reisinger. Shot goal. Save made by the Newark goaltender. A-plus chance there. Reisinger looking for the first score, first tally of the game. Now behind the net. It's Tidd trying to get it out in front, and it hits a skate and is now cleared by Newark into the Warcat zone. And that shot taken right on to Munkovich, who leaves it there for his defenseman, Cooper Kleberger. Cooper Kleberger with it high off the glass, clears it out of the zone, right to Newark's defenseman, who then sends it back towards the Warcats' blue line. 12:30 remaining in the first period of a scoreless game. Newark keeping the blue line. Now loose puck. So with his head up, looking to make a pass, trying to break it out of the zone. Had by David Reisinger, being chased there by Josh Tidd. Sent up along the near side now. Newark with the puck, skating it away from that half wall, flipping the pass, cross ice. Saucer pass goes over. Are you trying to be on their Wi-Fi?
No, okay, so
It says connected, right?
It's probably connected. Mom told me she said that it was being like
Icing on the Warcats.
and the Wi-Fi gave absolutely nothing because I knew it wasn't going to. That's why I was off of it. And then it just stayed on 0 when I was trying to switch back over. So it's going on.
Okay, well, we're back here, hopefully. Those of you watching SammyVision at home, as you know, is usually the case with the shoddy Wi-Fi in these rinks, cutting in and out. But hopefully you're able to hear. We're back with you now. Back to the point. Newark's defenseman loses it over the blue line and then has to retreat to his own zone. Not able to keep it in. Snyder picks it up and tries to chip it ahead to him. Snyder receiving a check for his trouble and then goes down to the ice. From the ice, Snyder trying to get back onto that puck. Newark brings it into the zone. Immediately sent out by Owen Hood and David Reisinger chipping it up off the glass. Now Newark, you see, has picked up their intensity a little bit here. Now going down 1-0 to the Warcats. 10 minutes to go in the first period. Newark with that shot, save made by Munkovich. The loose puck just sitting in front of him. Munkovich had his head up. Not sure if he didn't know where it was or he was trying to see who was coming, but finally able to recover and hold on to the puck. And now a defensive zone faceoff with Pollock, Collins, and Shalia. Aiden Whaley and Chase Nixon. But the puck to Collins on the right side, hits the side of the net with it and tries to flip it out in front, knocking it down. It was Pollock and a goal scored. Hail Mary! Cedric Collins cleaning up the junk. And the Warcats take a 2-0 lead. The initial chip by Pollack, not handled by the goaltender, and coming right in behind it, Cedric Collins cleaning that up for the goal. The leading goal scorer for the Warcats, and he tallies another one. And the Warcats take a 2-0 lead here, coming up on 9.5 minutes to play in the first period. Collins chips it off the glass. Now Shalia trying to get onto it, interfered with on the near side. And Newark able to pick up the puck. Now loose puck chipped out of the zone by Newark to the blue line of the Warcats, where DJ Bridge gets onto it. Bridge trying to get back to that puck. Newark picks it up. Shot save made there by Mukovitz. Puck comes near side. DJ Bridge, first one to it. Chips it around a Newark player and then gives chase. Newark able to get that puck first. Now filling in is Shalia, who gets it back into Bridge below that goal line. Bridge with it. Trying to work it out in front. Loose puck cleared by Newark, but kept in by Reisinger. Reisinger trying to get it down low. Shalia shoved into the corner. Fury, next person in. Far side, we're going to have a penalty called here, this time on the Warcats. And we're going to have a slashing call. And I think this might go to Shalia. His first penalty since coming back. He's going to get a slashing at 8:54 remaining of the first period. So the Warcats shorthanded without the services of one of their top shorthanded penalty killers. As Hassel and David Reisinger have the task to do that now. And immediately clearing it in the Newark zone are the Warcats. Newark back to retrieve it in below their goal line, breaking it out now on the power play. Newark coming up near side. Newark into the Warcat zone. Being watched there by Snyder, sent in below the goal line. Picked off there by Reisinger, and then good work by Reisinger to get that puck all the way down the zone. He's got very sure hands, does Reisinger. Newark being met by David Reisinger at the blue line of the Warcats. Good job tying his man up with David Reisinger. Now loose puck cleared down by Alex Snyder, and that you can credit that to David Reisinger's work at the blue line. Reed Hinton and Cedric Collins now in as the forwards trying to penalty kill, and it's Collins tying his man up just inside the Warcats line. Newark able to get that puck in deep. Trying to get in on it is Snyder, who does a good job. Picked his head up, turned out so nobody was up at the point down the middle of the ice, and he was able to clear it and heads off for a much-needed change. Nixon and Owen Hood now, the penalty killers. 40 seconds remaining on the power play for Newark. Newark coming over the Warcats line. Now pulling up in front of the Warcats bench area. Feeding it down low where only Chase Nixon is there into their own zone. Where David Reisinger gets back on it. He was trying to send it over there to Nicholas Crone from the corner. Newark trying to step out away from it, or step out of the corner with the puck. They do send it out in front. Save made at the side of the net by Mukovitz. Then he's pushed into the net, and we have a whistle. Mukovitz down on his back, laying 5:06 remaining of the first.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Serious? How's he taking it? Does he know? Yeah, they were supposed to go tomorrow.
So Shalia going to go out there now with Hinton and Collins the way they started the game. It's Crone and Snyder on defense. Newark poking that puck into the corner. Checked there by Crone. Loose puck near corner. Backhand by Snyder up to Collins, who then reverses it back behind the net to Hinton. Hinton gets it up to the blue line, but not out. Newark keeps it in. Shalia with a skate on it, gets to it, and then tries to feed it ahead to Collins. a little too far, and so icing on the Warcats. But it was a good idea. Shalia trying to chip it off the boards and let Collins use his speed to skate up on it. Just a little too much on that one. So the defense is going to change up. Looks like Nixon and Whaley, the two defenders for the Warcats. Shalia steps in to take the face-off. Puck drop. Shalia leaves it there at the dot. Newark picks it up. Far side, far corner. Nixon. Hinton not able to get to it on time, and then right in front of the net, deflected away by Whaley. Whaley trying to get up to Collins. Collins backhanding it towards Shalia. Back down to Collins. And now Collins able to get it out of the zone. Bouncing puck there. Collins able to corral it. Tries to make a move on the defender. The puck comes loose, and now Newark exiting the zone. 1-on-2. Trying to get around Aiden Whaley. Now pulling up is that Newark player. Looking for reinforcement. Sends it in deep. Below the goal line. Smart play there, actually, by the Newark player. Whaley now up around near side Collins. From his skate to his stick. Gets the puck back towards his own goal line now. Exiting the zone with speed. On the right side. Makes a move at the neutral, at the blue line, and then flips it in. Actually, just as he gained center ice, flipped it in, and then headed off for a change. We're checking David Reiser. He comes up with the puck. Reisinger looking to feed it over to Hassel. Comes back to Reisinger. Reisinger with a little room. He tries to go up over the shoulder of the goaltender and shoots it over the net. And now the puck played there by Cullen Hassel. As he's trying to get it back up to the blue line, we had a whistle as the net is now off its supports down in the Newark end. .328 remaining of the first period. Warcats leading this game 2-1 on the strength of one even strength and one power play goal. Hassel stepping in to take the face-off. Face-off played there by Hassel. He's trying to feed it out, it looked like, towards the front of the net to Reisinger. Newark was able to get to it. Now Hassel sends it back in deep. Tidd with a piece of that puck. He's trying to get it out in front again for David Reisinger. Tidd comes up with it again. Tidd skating with it, gives it back to the point. Oh, and hook shot, save made. Rebound attempt hits the side of the net. David Reisinger trying to put that one home. He's played a strong first period so far. Puck up towards the blue line. Owen Hood pinching. And Newark able to exit the zone, but Cullen Hassel filled in Owen Hood's position. So even numbers coming back the other way. Now Snyder has to spin away from the Newark players. He's waiting for Hood to get back. Shuffle thing as that puck just squirted out in front, and a Newark player sitting there and chips it in over Mukovitz. Now is tied. Well, again, some sloppy play in front of Mukovitz. And it is now 2-2. So after the Warcats take a 2-0 lead, giving the lead right back to Newark here in the first period. And perhaps this is the kind of game it's going to be, where it'll be back and forth like this. Colin Fury going out there with Bryce Wickizer and DJ Bridge. Andrew Reisinger and Cooper Kleberger, their defenders. Face-off won by the Warcats. Andrew Reisinger trying to bring it into the zone. He's tied up and goes down to the ice. And Newark picking up the puck. Centering speed now through neutral zone. Newark with the puck, number 3. Winds up shot. And that goes wide. Comes out the far side and drifting towards it was DJ Bridge. Newark was able to keep it in. And now as the Warcats trying to make a stretch pass, it's going to be icing on the Warcats. It's those little 50-50 battles, and as I see them, I'm going to point them out. The Warcats have got to win those in order to keep possession of the puck. Those can lead to goals. Gliding in on that loose puck up near the blue line allowed Newark to keep possession in the zone just a little bit longer. It did not lead to anything there. We'll keep an eye on that. Shalia, Pollack, and Collins now out there. Cooper Kleberger, Andrew Reisinger is still defending. The puck goes up out of play, and we're going to have a face-off back right where it was at that defensive face-off dot to the left of Aiden Mukovitz. Shalia leans in, wins the face-off. Pollack tries to play it back there toward the defense. It was Newark who picked it up and then throws Andrew Reisinger down to the ice. Shalia coming in now to give reinforcements, and the puck being played up by Collins, and now the pass up to Pollack, a little too far and out of Pollack's reach. Newark picking up the loose puck in their own zone. Off the half wall, it avoids everybody at the blue line. Mukovich misplays it, and the shot goes scored. And that is inexcusable. And nobody's going to be more upset than Mukovich himself, but now it's Newark with the lead. As that puck was sent down the ice by Newark, it hopped over Collins' stick at the blue line, right on the Mukovich. It wasn't going to be icing anyway because it could have been played there at the blue line, but it got right in on Mukovich, and for whatever reason, it was a loose puck misplayed, and Newark taking advantage of it immediately. They have a 3-2 lead. Now David Reisner sent down the ice. No call there. And the referees look like they're going to let them play for the most part here, I guess. Newark coming back again now into the Warcats zone. And the Warcats have got to stop the bleeding here with 1:23 remaining in the first period. They got off to a good start, but that's not going to be enough. You've got to play the entire game. Newark now putting the pressure on. Right out in front of the net, Whaley picks it off and then tries to send it far side up to David Reisinger. Back to Cullen Hassel. And we're going to have elbowing. We're going to have an elbowing call on the Warcats. This is absolutely not what they need. Aiden Whaley going to the box. And again, these are the things that seem to just haunt the Warcats. Penalties at the most ill-advised time. It's the end of the first period. They've just given up 3 unanswered goals and now have to kill off a penalty. And if they kill off the rest of this period, Newark starts on be on the power play to start the second period. So we'll see what the Warcats can do here. Shalia out there with Collins to try and kill this off. Newark being harassed below that goal line by Nicholas Crone now. Newark player with a little bit of space. Sends it in behind the goal line, looking to get a return pass. Snyder down there doing good work from the corner. 35 seconds remaining in the period. Skating around one guy's that Newark player. Shot save made there by Mukovich. The shot goes right into the breadbasket and hits Mukovich in the W on the front chest. Reisinger and Hassel now out. But the coach is going to keep the same defensive pairing out. And like to have seen 4 fresh legs. And loose puck played there by Newark. Shot save made, rebound attempt. Right out in front of Mukovich again. This time it was cleared. But it's a little bit of an adventure with those pucks in front of Mukovich. There's a few of them have found the back of the net now. Up to the blue line. Now far point. That shot deflects up over the net. 10 seconds remaining in the period. Near side. There's a shot. And Hassel able to get a foot in front of that and block it up into the ceiling. And out of play with 5.5 seconds remaining in the period. And now the coaches change the defense to Nixon and Hood. Nixon and Hood. And 5 seconds remaining. Newark's going to see if they can get something towards the net here. They play it back to the point. Cross-ice feed, knocked away by Reisinger, and the horn sound from what started as a very promising period for the Warcats, ending very, very poorly for the Warcats. 3-2, Newark leading. Warcats able to get 5 shots on goal, 2 of them getting in behind the goaltender. 10 shots on goal for Newark, and 3 of them getting in behind Mukovich. Warcats' first goal, power play goal, scored by Cullen Hassel. And the second goal, even strength goal, scored by Cedric Collins. So for 56 more seconds. Newark will be on the power play to start the second period, already up by 1 goal. So we get ready to start the second period. Aiden Whaley back to the box to serve the remaining 56 seconds of his penalty for elbowing. Warcats sending out Shalia and Collins to start the penalty kill here, second period. Shalia riding his man off the puck just momentarily. Loose puck goes in below the goal line. Hood and Nixon, the two defenders. Newark with possession below the goal line behind the Warcats net. Nixon trying to come up with it, getting stick checked there by Newark player. He sends it up the ice. It hits the Newark player, and they keep it in. Newark from the blue line, now sliding it down low, trying to get the return feed out in front. Loose puck now steered back up towards the blue line. Kept in by Newark again, this time picked up by Nixon, who clears it down the ice onto the goaltender of Newark with 15 seconds remaining on the penalty to Aiden Whaley. And then Shalia slashed by the goaltender of Newark as he was skating out in front. The referee's no call there. Fans of Westville not liking that. Nixon able to come up with that puck. The penalty has expired. Both teams now skating at full strength as Bryce Wickizer comes onto the ice, and it's deflected up into Newark's bench and out of play. Just a minute and 4 seconds into the second period. The combination of Bridge, Fury, and Wickizer out there. Cooper Kleberger now paired up with Rising here. That is DJ Bridge bringing the puck in the Newark zone, surrounded by Army green uniforms. Now Colin Fury comes in. He tried to slide the puck back to Bridge, it looked like, behind the net. Newark able to get to that. Now loose puck, Fury trying to get to that one. He chops it in. And falling down on the play there was Wickizer. Newark able to come up with it and able to clear the zone. Andrew Reisinger with the puck from his own blue line. He chips it up to the blue line, then it's kept in, I guess, by Newark. Shot goes wide of the net. I thought perhaps that came over the blue line, but offsides was not the call. And it led to a scoring chance by Newark. Cooper Kleberger. Cross ice speed. It hits a Newark player in front of their own bench as they're changing. Reisinger has to play it off that skate, and then he reverses it back into his own zone to Cooper Kleber, back to Reisinger, and now to Fury. Fury sliding it out of the zone on a backhand picked up by DJ Bridge behind the defense, and now the puck slides away from him. He sends it to the side of the net and cleared now by Newark. Newark able to come out through the neutral zone. Again, a bouncing puck. Reisinger to it first, and he's trying to protect that puck away from the goal and able to stay with it. Reisinger still with the puck, skating it through neutral zone. Reisinger wants the check up for hamburger! Andrew Reisinger ties the game up on a wicked shot from the right side. And a Newark player taking exception with something that's happening after the play. And it looks like the Warcats celebrating, and something else happened behind the play. And the goalie wasn't too happy, and I don't know if maybe somebody ran into him after it. Nonetheless, that is a goal for Andrew Reisinger. And for his trouble, he goes to the box. So the fans of the Warcats believe the goalie came out after Andrew after that play. And whatever happened, this is working against Reisinger. So the goaltender is getting a penalty too. I think it's going to be maybe incidental minors. No, there's 2 minutes up on the board to Reisinger. The Warcats maybe defiantly keeping 5 skaters out there. And so we have Tid now being called back to the bench. So it is a penalty. But she can't be around.
You can still transmit it. Please put your mask on.
Picked up there by Newark. Now there's a shot that goes on a little tipped a couple ways and then picked up by Nicholas Crone and out. Here down the ice. Newark picks the puck up behind their own net. Centering feed, good lead pass there. And now Newark brings the puck in on the offsides, and it's going to be offsides there in Newark. I don't care about any of that stuff. I mean, just
I'm not offended.
so. Oh, okay, good.
You're not going to
I don't want
offend
you.
me.
Okay.
No. It's totally fine.
Just,
Totally
whatever's
fine.
happening is,
You're totally
this is
fine.
hockey, right?
And I got to tell you something. The sound of your voice in my ear, I just told her I could go to sleep.
Oh no.
It's so soothing and
Is it? It's
like having a TV on all
it's
night.
annoying to me. I don't know. Let's go ahead and reset it here. Newark on the power play with 113 for 113. And it's a 3-3 game here, second period with 13:45 remaining. Newark with the puck from the corner. Skating out in front, shot save made there by Mukovitz. Another puck chipped in from the blue line right into the equipment of Mukovitz at the side of the net. And he hangs on for a face-off. 57 remaining in the penalty to Andrew Reisinger. Changes being made here. It's Collins out there with Shalia. Nixon. And another save there by Mukovitz off the face-off. Nixon and Whaley, I believe, are the two defenders, as they are typically paired together. Face off again. Shalia leans in, but Newark wins it cleanly back to their blue line. Sending the puck in deep there. With behind the net, a Newark player waiting for it. Sends it up along the near side. Smashing into his man there was Cowan. Loose puck by Nixon, who tries to come up the near side for some inexplicable reason. I'll try and give him maybe the benefit of the doubt. I think he did look the other way. There was a Newark player behind the goal, but bringing it up along the near side like you did, there were just all kinds of traffic there waiting for it. A Newark player was down on the ice there momentarily. He gets up off his, with his own power and is able to skate over towards the bench. And seems to be doing okay. The trainer's going to take a look at him. The face-off coming outside the zone, I believe, since it was a Newark player that was down during the whistle. So a neutral zone face-off just outside the Warcat zone. It is Newark still on the power play for another 39 seconds. David Reisinger and Reed Hinton, the forwards with Snyder and Hood on defense. Falling down at the blue line, a couple of Newark players. They get back on side. Snyder taking his time to waste a little extra time here killing the penalty. Good job by Snyder. And then clears it down with authority onto the goaltender. David Reisinger, the first one down the ice, forces the Newark goaltender to have to cover up for a face-off. So a defensive zone face-off for Newark while they're on the power play will help kill off a little more of the 25 seconds that are on the power play for Newark. David Reisinger stepping in, takes the face-off. Newark wins it back, but being harassed immediately by David Reisinger again. Now Newark behind their own goal. Near side, cross-ice speed. A little too far for everybody, so Snyder happy to pick it up and send it back in. 10 seconds remaining on the penalty to Andrew Reisinger. Hinton on the forecheck. Trying to keep the puck down low. Again, another errant pass by Newark. It comes into the Warcat zone. Hood high off the glass. Gets it back in. Both teams are skating at full strength. And then hitting the board hard is Hinton. And this is going to be boarding on Newark. I think a Newark player is going to get 2 and 10 for boarding. So it does carry a misconduct with it. It is a 2-minute minor and a 10-minute misconduct. And so referee explaining it to the coaches and trying to get the extra player in. Has to make that save. The Newark player making a strong move in front of the net, forcing Mukovitz to have to slide across there strong. And now it's David Reisinger with it. Reisinger, cross-ice speed, looking for Hinton. Back to the blue line for Hood, who sends it in down, bouncing, just wide of the net. Seconds remaining on the power play. Newark to it first. Warcats chasing to get it. Now both teams skating even. If you're watching on the video and you're watching some of the Warcat players gliding around on those 50-50 pucks, but David Reisinger able to get to it. He flips it out. And this should allow the Warcats to make a change as icing was waved off. And now a feed up ahead to a Newark player. Whaley takes a nasty hit into the boards behind the net. Loose puck comes out in front. He takes a check into the boards. Really picking up the intensity again. And the Warcats look like they only have 4 players. Hey, do we only have 4 players? Oh my goodness! Sometimes I don't know what's going on with this team. Now Wickizer finally comes out onto the ice. The Warcats playing with 4 players for no inexplicable reason. Loose puck out in front. I'm beside myself here. 9 minutes remaining, second period of a tie game. Ay, 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 ay. It's tough enough to play teams even strength, but you can't just give them extra players like that. Warcats loose puck in the Newark zone. Newark able to bring the puck out. Winding up, that shot hits Nicholas Crone in front, and you know that hurt. And now Newark picking up the puck and tripped down low as the puck comes in to Mukovitz, who hangs on. And the Warcats are going to get a tripping call, and that's exactly what they deserve, to be honest with you. The way they've been playing, and some players at the end of long shifts and a loose puck out in front of their goal that they can't clear. And it leads exactly to what we saw there. Aiden Whaley picking up his second minor of the game, this time a tripping call. So now the Warcats will be playing shorthanded, but at the referee's control, not because they wanted to. We have to assume. Shalia, Collins, Crone, Snyder out there to kill the penalty. Puck comes beyond the blue line. Newark has to regroup. Newark now into the Warcat zone, looking to get it in front of the net. Chipped into the near corner. Up along the near side. There's a shot, though, deflected there by Collins and then cleared out by Shalia. Newark in behind their own goal with Collins trying to forecheck the play. Out of the zone, it comes Shalia getting a piece of that. So loose puck. Snyder chips it up to the blue line. Newark still with it, still with numbers. Down low shot. Save made by Mukovitz, point-blank range. And the Warcats clear it down where Collins, first one to get to it, he gets a loose puck. As the goalie came out to play, he played it up into Collins' equipment. Collins just chipped it wide of a open net. Newark now coming into the Warcat zone, poked away momentarily by Snyder. Shot goes wide of Mukovitz in behind the net. Now Crone leaning into his man. Under a minute to go in this penalty kill. And David Reisinger able to pick it up. David Reisinger skating it down in the Newark zone. Gets around one defender to the forehand shot. Hits the side of the net. Short-handed, good play there by Reisinger. Now Newark up on the play behind the defense. Goal line with a lot of possession in the Warcat zone. Hassel was able to get it high off the glass and not out. Owen Hood deflects that shot. And again, up far side, Bridge had his back to the play that time. Newark again able to keep it in. This time Cooper Kleberger with it. Cooper Kleberger pitchforks it out of the zone. And it'd probably be icing here, but that's probably okay for the Warcats as it was time for a line change at that point. Colin Fury stepping out there with David Reisinger and Cedric Collins. Under 5 minutes of play, second period. It was Colin Fury taking the face off and winning it, but now Newark with the puck from the corner, keeping it in the Warcat zone. Newark now sends it back up to the far point. Poked at there by David Reisinger, and it comes out over the blue line. Good play there. And extra effort by Reisinger to make sure that puck gets out of the zone. Newark flips it back in. Crone having to come back on it. Collins picks it up. Cedric Collins skating out from his own zone. Sliding it up to Fury. Fury immediately was met there by a Newark player. Loose puck picked up by Collins. And he slammed hard into the boards. Good check there by a Newark player. Far side now, the puck comes in front of the Warcats bench, kept in by Andrew Reiser, who just stepped out on the ice. He's looking to slide it down, made it to David Reiser. He had also Cedric Collins down low, too. Newark able to clear the zone with Alex Snyder, the only man back. Backhand attempt, save made by Mukovitz, who hangs on. And no rebound attempt there for Newark that time, 4 minutes remaining. Second period. And so now Shalia and Hassel are going to be paired up with Reed Hinton. Shalia stepping in to take the face off. Leaves it there at the dot. Newark sends it in deep. Reisinger with the puck. Reisinger spins away from one guy and then the second. Up to Shalia, who feeds Hassel. Hassel, cross ice, looking for Hinton. It hits a skate. And now Hinton, the beneficiary of that bounce in behind the defense, tries to get towards the net, and he's knocked down. And Newark able to come up with the loose puck. Out of the zone, Newark comes. Reisinger plays it immediately and spins it around, trying to get back in the Newark zone, but played by Newark. Now back into the Warcats zone. Shot up high on Aiden Mukovitz. He saves it. Rebound cleared by the Warcats. Mukovitz wasn't sure exactly where it was, but he made the initial save. Newark sends it back to the point. Long shot. Hits somebody in front. Trying to clear it was Reed Hinton. That puck deflects just over the far corner of the net. Newark now putting more pressure on the Warcats. Loose puck. Hinton able to get it up to the blue line. It finally comes out of the zone. Newark trying to spin around. Hassel waiting for it. Colin Hassel with it on the right side. Trying to get around the defense right into the net. He's tripped up. No call. The goaltender hangs on with under 3 minutes to play. Second period of a tie game, 3-3. Newark controlling the faceoff, but then picked up there by Josh Tidden as he was trying to walk in towards the front of the net or pass towards the front of the net. Newark able to clear. Newark in the Warcats zone checking the referee into the corner. The referee taking a hard hit, but stays on his feet. The puck sent back into Newark zone. Off the glove of Josh Tidd comes to Chase Nixon. Nixon. Board pass up to Tidd, who takes a hit or gives a hit instead of taking the puck. I guess he had a choice to make there. Now Newark playing the puck away from Nixon in behind the Warcats net. Comes up to the slot. That shot save made there by Mukovitz. Hood to the puck from the corner. Far side, and now behind the play, Owen Hood and David Reisinger tied up with a Newark player. And now a whistle is blown. And the referee trying to sort this out with 2:02 remaining of the second period. We take a 10-second break for stations to identify themselves here on SammyVision Network. So Owen Hood going to the box for the Warcats. Number 91 for Newark going to the box so far. The referee still conferring. Depending on how that play was instigated, it will depend on where this face-off is going to be. Not sure if that's the discussion that they're having. So they call it roughing on number 91 for Newark. A double minor, perhaps. No? Roughing on both players goes 5-on-5. He just pointed the wrong way. So we're going to go 5-on-5, which the Warcats sometimes, even when they're allowed 5, will only skate 4. Just to be defiant. So Wickizer, Fury, Hinton, Tidd, Whaley, strong third period, and let's face the lead on Newark, a team that they've wanted to beat over the years. They are going to have to start the third period killing a penalty, just as they started the second period. But the message has to be stay out of the box, keep cool, keep calm, cool, and collected. Don't let this game get away from you. And they've got to clean up the junk in front of Mukovitz. So those are going to be the keys to the third period, are going to be stay out of the box, clean up rebounds, don't give odd man rushes. The Warcats, 6 minor penalties. The Newark Generals have 3 minor penalties, but also 2 misconducts to this point in the game. So 4-3 at the end of 2 full periods of play. Taking a quick little break here on SammyVision, and we'll be back for I got cut off on my audio. We'll be back for the end of this game, the final 17 minutes of play, right after this short break. Let's get back at it here. We have start of the third period coming up. Bit of a dry cut on the last couple of passes for the Columbia machine. But the ice resurfacer has cleared. And we're getting ready to have the players back out of the locker rooms and re-enter the ice surface. The coaches have come onto the bench areas, and Newark coming out of their locker room. And Newark taking the ice. We'll be skating this third period right to left on your SammyVision dial. The Warcats, of course, enjoy being fashionably late. We're probably just waiting for Newark to take the ice first. And still no sign of the Warcat. Bold strategy. And see if it pays off. Here come the Warcats out of their locker room. Entering the rink on the far side. 17 minutes remaining in this game. The Warcats starting the third period, killing a penalty. Santo Schlee in the box for a minute 53 on a slashing call. Actually, it may have been a roughing call. A check from behind the play. The explanation we had at the intermission was that the fans that are lining the glass over there tell me they thought it was a clean check. The player for Newark had the puck. Schlee had checked him off the puck and then was sent to the box for his effort. Regardless of that, Warcats do need to find whatever way it is to stay out of the box. 6 minor penalties. Certainly you don't want to add to that here. So 153 to kill the penalty. The Warcats are up 4-3 coming into the third period. It has been a position that the Warcats have been in. And it's been a position the Warcats have been in against some quality teams, in fact. But getting the last 17 minutes with a lead is not an easy prospect sometimes. So the Warcats skating over towards their bench, getting whatever last-minute words they need from head coach DeJondo, assistant coach Caleb Kramer, and assistant coach Tyler Murphy. Newark already chomping at the bit to get going here, knowing that they're on the power play. Their 5 are out and waiting for the Warcats. The Warcats are going to start with Andrew Reisinger and Alex Snyder on defense. David Reisinger, Cullen Hassel, your forwards, and we're underway for the third period. Warcats up 4-3. Andrew Reisinger with the puck from his own end, and he sends it all the way down the ice. Thus missing, actually, one of the players for Newark who was at the end of his bench. And now Newark having the puck caught up in the skates with that Newark forward, and Hassel able to get back on the play and ship the puck out of the zone again. Newark regrouping in the neutral zone, trying to skate it past David Reisinger, and that ends up resulting in an offside, as that Newark player would have been better served to maybe chip that in or pass it up. He was trying to just ram it past a couple Warcats, including David Reisinger, and it just was not happening. Reed Hinton going to come out there with Cedric Collins. Warcats keeping Snyder and Reisinger on defense. And Newark brings it into the zone. Now gaining that blue line, spinning away. Number 93 winds up. Fans on it, but gets the puck right back. Picking it back up again. with room. That shot, save made there by Mukovitz. And the puck comes out of the zone. Cowens is trying to be the first one to it. Hinton checks his man into the boards. Puck comes to Reisinger, who is able to chip it up to Cowens. Cowens now out of the zone. One-on-one, Cowens trying to toe drag the D of Newark. It's a backhand on net. Save made there by the Newark goaltender. 40 seconds remaining. Now killing the penalty. It's Nixon and Owen Hood, the defenders. Far corner. Newark to that puck first, and then Nixon falls onto his man. Newark back to the point. That shot hits a man in front, falling down, trying to get it towards the net, gloving it across. No call there, loose puck they made. Mukovitz trying to fall down, and there's a scrum in front. The puck must still be loose. The referee sees something. And now that loose puck comes to Newark, who again shoots it towards the net, deflected, but this time deflected by him. The penalty is over. Both teams skating full strength, and they're going to have icing on the Warcats as it was cleared down after Schlee had already exited the box. No whistle in front of Mukovitz in a huge scrum. That puck should have been called a glove pass or a hand pass at first. It was not, and then a scrum ensued in front of Mukovitz, and got a little wild there. The Warcats finally able to clear the zone. So resetting the lineup, Shalia Hassel and David Reisinger. That's Andrew Reisinger with the puck, getting it up to Hassel, who then tries to feed David Reisinger. And icing is called, and the faceoff comes back into the Warcat zone. Just underway the third period. 2 minutes and 5 seconds in. Defensive zone faceoff. Shalia again leans in. He takes the faceoff. Newark gets control of it and sends it far side from the point. Guys to ride a Newark player into the board. Shalia, Hinton, and Cowan stay out there. Shalia stepping in to take the faceoff. Newark winning that. Now off the faceoff, trying to feed something down low. Tied up there by Cowan. Hinton able to get it to the blue line, but not out. Nixon backhands it again to the blue line, not out. Here's a strong shot by Newark from the point. And a blocker saved by Mukovitz. Cowens now behind his own net. Cowens looking to break that puck out. Cowens looking for some movement. Now Shalia racing down the ice. It's chipped up. And Shalia was behind the deep. I'm not sure if him and Cowens had something set up there. But that certainly not a bad time to try that. Nixon feeding it up. Cowens playing it off the board. And the Warcats going to send out Cooper Kleberger and Owen Hood to help defend with Shalia and Hinton. Newark cradling that puck. Face off. That shot save made there by Mukovitz. Rebound attempt or rebound picked up by Newark, who now have it below the goal line. Newark sends it up to the point. Hinton overskates it, and that gives Newark's number 8 a lot of room, and it hits Owen Hood out in front. On the loose puck into the corner, Newark back up with it again. Now the far point where Shalia watches his man. That shot right on, save made there by Mukovitz. Loose puck picked up by Hinton. Fired down the ice. 23 seconds remaining on the power play for Newark. The goaltender paddling it aside. Shalia picking up on the forecheck and then sending it back in below that goal line. More precious seconds off the clock. Newark trying one last attempt. Shalia again with it. Sends it up to Hood, and Hood sends it out of the zone. 5 seconds remaining and offsides on Newark as Humphreys could not get back onside prior to Newark bringing it back into the zone. A lot of talk behind the play by all players. That time it was Hassel and Perini having words. Hassel and Collins, 2 seconds remaining on the power play for Newark. And now both teams skating full strength as David Reisinger comes out of the box and stays on the ice. And that shot comes up high on Mukovitz. And it's sent out of the zone by the Warcats to give them a chance to regroup here at 5-on-5. Under 8.5 to play, third period. Warcats clinging to a 1-goal lead, but are going to have to do more than just sit back on it here. Collins with it. Collins skating it from the corner, trying to get away from the Newark player. He loses the puck, and then the loose puck comes back in behind the goal line. Nicholas Crone up to David Reisinger and then off a player on the bench and whistled down by the referee. The Warcats were doing their best to try and keep that puck in play as it was heading out of the zone, but got up into the bench area for the Warcats. So with 8:07 remaining in the third period, face-off in the Warcat zone, taken there by Colin Fury, I believe. Colin Fury, DJ Bridge, Josh Tidd out there. Here's the pass out in front, and that shot deflects up over the net. Fury trying to clear it to the corner, and the Warcats definitely back on their heels. Newark bringing the heat, and that puck hit a piece of Mukovitz and jumped over the net. The Warcats desperately trying to get the puck out of the zone, and now they do. But if that's all the Warcats do, it's going to be a whole lot of defending. They have got to put some pressure on Newark as well. 7.5 to play. Pass skips over a Newark player's skate. Chase Nixon to it. And sending it around the boards again. There's nobody there. These Warcats have got to skate harder to get to the puck. Poked away there by Nixon. Newark picks up the loose puck again. Far corner cross ice. Comes to the near side, picked up by 67, who then, an errant pass, it was down low. Nixon had nobody near him and send it right back to number 67. Now around the boards, he's going to come out of the zone, and Newark's going to retreat into their own zone. The Warcats are going to make changes, and Newark is going to try and take advantage of it. Nothing doing there as Collins picks up a loose puck. Collins, Hinton, and Shalia out there. Reisinger now out there with Cooper Kleberger. Andrew Reisinger, that is the captain of the Warcats, with it. Over to Cooper Kleberger. Up to Shalia, a little too far for Shalia. Collins trying to keep it in there at the line, or poke it in at the line. Shalia now picks it up, and he sends it over to Hinton. Hinton, far side with some space. Gets around the first guy. Now from the corner, backhanding out in front. Reaching for it was Collins. It deflects to the near corner. Far side it goes. Newark to the puck. Shalia poking it back in, and then Hinton sent up into the Newark bench area. Newark with the loose puck. And a saucer pass up to number 83. He winds up, and that shot goes 5 feet wide of the net and comes all the way out of the zone. And the Warcats do not need to take those kind of chances. Newark player being sent down to the ice. Andrew Reisinger up with it. Reisinger now skating a little faster than his hands were going. He falls down on it. And the puck squirts out in front. Now Reisinger picking it up again. Up to Shalia on the right side. On the ice. Newark trying to chances on both ends. Hassel, Fury, and Reisinger out there with Snyder and Owen Hood, I believe. And it's Newark having it poked away by Hood. Now trying to get back on the puck was Snyder. Newark sending it out in front of the net and had a player sitting back door wide open. The puck was never able to get all the way across to him. Back in below that goal line, Hood skating towards it, Newark with it. Hood pushes his man into the boards and he falls down. There's a shot that goes 37 feet wide of the net. David Reisinger to it and flips it out of the zone. Now a bouncing puck, but the Warcats making a change. And actually a smart move there by Colin Fury. The Warcats have got to roll lines here and keep fresh bodies out there. David Reisinger, again, I think has had a strong game. He's in there forechecking Newark from their own zone. Near side, Shalia able to backhand it into the zone, but Newark again picking it up and exiting through the neutral zone. Collins out there, and he clears it, and it may be icing on the Warcats. No, waved off by the referee. Picking that puck up to David Reisinger, who's immediately stepped into and in some discomfort in front of his own bench and having a hard time getting off the ice. Newark entering the zone around the defense. Newark still looking it out. Near side, 67. Fans on the first one. Andrew Reisinger trying to get to that puck and get it away from him. Newark still with the puck. Near side shot goes just wide of the net. Far side kept in at the blue line by Newark. Coming up on 2 minutes. And the Warcats pull their goaltender in favor of the extra skater. 6 skaters out for Newark with under 2 minutes to play now. 1:55 on the clock. Warcats up 4-3, and I believe we're going to get a timeout. And indeed we do. A timeout Warcats, as they want to try and keep this group, I believe, out there. And it's a lot of yelling by the Newark coach at the referee. I read lips a little bit. Let's try and get in on this conversation. He says, is there a good place to eat around here after the game? Where's the closest Skyline Chili? Something like that. Just paraphrasing, of course. So resetting, 155 in the third period. Warcats leading this game 4-3. It's been an even third period. No goals have been scored. 2 goals in the second by the Warcats put them up by this 4-3 score. The Warcats were on the board first and took a 2-0 lead. And then roaring back was Newark with the next 3 goals. The Warcats staying strong, scoring the next 2 goals, and that's where we're at. Both teams at even strength, but Newark looking to pull their goaltender as the faceoff is going to come in the Warcats zone. So a defensive zone faceoff for the Warcats. Very important here. DeJondo drawing up what he wants to see done. A lot of it hinges on the draw, who I'm sure we'll see Santos Shalia. I'm not sure what his percentage has been on the dot today. Certainly doesn't seem like it's been a great percentage. But he is the most experienced face-off player for the Warcats. So it's going to be Shalia. It's going to be Cowens. It's going to be Hassel, just like we thought it would be. So very interesting. So Hassel may have had better success so far today at the face-off dot. Referee's getting in position. The puck is dropped. Hassel leaves it there at the dot. Newark trying to get to it, slides it to the net. Save made. And they scored. And the game is tied. No rebound control for the Warcats at all. And Hassel actually did a decent job on that faceoff, leaving there at the dot, waiting for players to fill in. Newark able to get something towards the net, and 4-4 with a minute 48 remaining. And so it's a empty net. Goal against. And boy, the Warcats just such a hard time holding leads in the third period. Give Newark credit. They threw everything at the Warcats there. Now the defense has changed. It's Snyder and Crone. It's 148 remaining. And the Newark center has just been tossed out of the dot. Shalia leaning in to take this one. Brings it back to Crone. Crone over to Snyder. Snyder trying to get it up to Collins. Newark intercepts it, and Newark brings it back into the Warcat zone. Shalia with it from his own blue line. He's slammed into, falls down, and Newark picks up the puck and sends it back into the zone. And now Hassel obliterates the Newark player. And now it's Newark still with the puck. 125 remaining in the Warcat zone. Both teams need to play hockey here. Collins with it. Collins feeds Shalia. Shalia trying to feed it back to Collins. Sent a weak backhand, loose puck though. Shalia winds up and misses just wide of the net. Hassel sending it towards the net. Glove down, but Newark touching it up, so no hand pass. Shalia trying to dig it out of those end boards to the side of the net. Comes out in front. Loose puck, Newark with numbers. Under a minute to go. Owen Hood, the only one back. Snyder racing to get back, and it's shot wide of the net. Picked up there again by Newark. All kinds of room. Sending it to the far side. Winding up at that face-off dot. Shot save made by Mukovitz. 40 seconds remaining, and the referee skating in to stop anything else from happening at the end of what has become a game. And it results in icing with 24-0. Save made by Mukovitz. Tie game. Newark and the Warcats 4-4. So a late goal by Newark, empty net, with their net empty, ties the game up. The Warcats, 15 shots on goal, 4 of them getting by the goaltender. 33 shots on goal for Newark, 4 of them getting by Mukovic. Mukovic picks up the tie. Goals scored by Hassel, Cowens, Reisinger, and Cowens. And so I believe the Warcats' next game this Sunday. I have to check my calendar. You check yours. And we will hopefully be bringing SammyVision back live to you then. I thank you for watching. This is SammyVision now signing off.